So this is what Mrs. Lovely just harvested, and we're gonna take it out on our little updated garden tour, and I'm dropping it. 1 second. Okay, so what we have here is lime basil, right? My goodness, this smells amazing. I mean, this is literally smells like limes and basil kind of mixed together. I'm ready to have some of this. And I think you also got some peppers in here, yes?
No, I moved them.
Oh, you moved them. Here they are. All right, so are these banana peppers?
Those are banana peppers.
Look at this, y'all. Those look good. Those will be good. What are you planning to do with them?
Probably just eat them with pizza.
I like that plan. There's our pizza peppers. Big banana peppers. This one's 4 inches, 4.5 inches probably.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Now that's a display. Look at these bell peppers, these banana peppers, this crazy looking cucumber, jalapenos, all kinds of good stuff. Oh, and lime basil. Let's go outside. Well, hey, lovely people. Welcome back to the lovely place. As you know, we're not at the lovely place right now, but we're at our home garden. And yeah, we've been busy cutting down that sycamore tree. Getting some limbs off this big old sycamore tree. Got this limb right here that's going way out over toward the neighbor's house. He's pretty new at this, but we're getting it done. So yeah, that big old limb right there, that's not good. It's over that way. If you're gonna get up high to cut a tree, I like this idea. That's going too high. Holy moly. Where's he? What's he doing? Well, he's wanting to drop that over here? Thick stuff now, and that chain ain't the sharpest. There's a crepe myrtle tree right down here me and Mrs. Lovely planted. We're trying to not break that thing. Let her go. Nice. It missed. It's still there. Got a rope tied to it. We're gonna try to avoid to hit that tree down there. They're gonna pull it while he cuts it. See what happens. It must have not went through all the way. That made some noise. It looks pretty good. I'll get you a final picture of what it looks like now that we got it all cut down. And there's that sycamore I promised to show you. Yeah, it had a huge limb coming over toward the neighbor's house. I want to show you around. We promised you that when we put these raised beds together that we'd kind of show you what we're doing out here. We got a lot of fruit on the vine, and so we're gonna take a few peppers. We just had lunch, and so I got this hot red pepper and my mouth's still on fire a little bit. But yeah, come along with us and I'll just show you, all the cool stuff that we've got growing here at the house. Well, it's looking pretty good. This is all Mrs. Lovely's doing. I've had a hand in a little bit of watering here and there, but not much. She's been really going after it. Come here, tell me a little bit about what we got going on in here. Now, as you can tell, this is squash, right?
Yes.
And it is slow growing.
Yes,
Slow.
It has been slow, and I think it might have something to do with the dry weather, but I've been watering it,
Yeah.
and I've been fertilizing it, so I don't know what is going on. But
I mean, it's staying moist.
these are starting to take off a little bit.
Is this the same squash right here?
This is
Zucchini?
zucchini.
Yeah.
And those are yellow squash over there.
So the zucchini is
Zucchini's doing better than the yellow squash.
definitely looking better. Over here, we've got beans. So these are pole beans, right?
No, those
Bush-
are bush beans.
Bush beans.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if we got anything sprouting just yet.
They're about to get some blooms, I think. They're getting close. So.
And on this side of the land guard, this is, if y'all remember, we put these together. These are 8 feet long, 4 feet wide. I think we planted, what did you plant here originally that didn't take?
I started some lettuce there, and it just got too hot for it. And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't do
We
it.
lost all of our lettuce, and we had some beautiful lettuce. Now you can see some pepper plants right here. These, well, this one's looking rough, honey.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened with that.
Goodness
one. I think
gracious.
I think
It's just so
both.
hot out here, everybody. I mean, it's mid to late July, and it is burning up, but she's been watering this stuff like crazy.
And my tomatoes usually look much better than this. But
Yeah.
those two seem to be doing really well compared to the others.
You know, all we've really gotten so far are some cherry tomatoes that we've been eating. We had a few with lunch just a while ago, but yeah, nothing significant yet. I want you to see this little gadget we built here, just so that we could string up. You can see the string here, and you got the string on the tomato vines up there holding everything up. Basically, we had an old cedar swing set that was falling apart, and we stacked pallets down this ditch area. That's a drainage ditch, and it drains underneath these pallets, and we set our grow bags on top of it. And I cut that swing set in half, and then I built on top of it with some pressure treated 2x4s, and I think I took a 2x6 and split it and put a support right here in the middle. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's working. It's definitely going to help support. We've had some pretty heavy storms, and we've not lost any tomatoes. No vines have really broken too much. I mean, we've had a few issues, but nothing terrible.
That tomato over there slowed it down.
This one here, it's pretty heavy, ain't it? Which one is this? Do you remember?
That's a big steak.
We got something like a circle around this tomato.
I noticed that.
I don't know what that is, but a lot of green stuff right now. On the big ones, we don't have anything that's ripened yet on the vine, so it won't be long. But at this point in time, we ain't making no burgers with the big old slabs of tomatoes on them, but we do have a few cherry tomatoes. There's a whole bunch more I'll show you. Got some flowers here, so more to come. Oh, kind of tight down through here. This is a healthy looking plant right here.
That's a pink brandywine.
A pink brandywine.
Pink brandywine.
And this is a pretty tomato right here.
That's a big pineapple.
A big pineapple.
That one has broken. Look.
Oh shoot. Well, it's not broke. It's just laying here.
I need it.
We got these little Velcro straps here. I will tighten this up. So I'm just going to take this Velcro off right here, and we'll pick this up and bring it up that way, and I'll Velcro it up here on this limb. I'm going to do it higher. Let's go right here with it. These things are cool. It came on a spool, or like, you know, you could just cut to the length that you need, and that helps a bunch. Yeah, that's better. And over here we got more issues. This one's really falling, and it's got a big old heavy tomato on the end of it. Yeah, we got to get this lifted up. I'm gonna have to strap that one up too.
The wind has been crazy.
It has. Well, I'm gonna strap this one right now. So here's the stuff I was telling you about. This is a Velcro roll, and I'm just gonna take, I don't know, about 5-6 inches of it, cut that off, and we will strap up that tomato vine. It's all over the place. There's actually, I'll probably strap it in a couple places here. You don't want to put all of the vines up on the cattle panel, because you get real crowded pretty quick if you do that. So I'm just going to grab this one right here, and I'll probably do it. What do you think? Right here?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
All right, let's do that. And there's a velvety side, a soft side to this, and then there's a rougher side. And Mrs. Lovely told me the other day, she said, when you do this, put the soft side up against the plant, just so that it don't cause any issues. And it will Velcro from either side if I can get my stuff.
Catches quick too.
Yeah, it does. It's really good
stuff.
Is this something that we can put in the description? A link to it? We'll throw a link. If we can, we'll put a link to that stuff in the description so you can get you some. I'm gonna do this one here as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let me grab it.
This is a Cherokee purple tomato, which I love. It's one of my favorite tomatoes, especially for growing here in the southeast. It's a wonderful tomato for these hot, humid climates.
And she has so many different varieties, I can't keep up with them. Remind me what the Cherokee purple tastes like.
The Cherokee purple has a smoky flavor, but it's a milder smoky flavor than some of the other smoky tomatoes. It's a deep purple color, and it's not like a regular red tomato. It's
a pretty thing too.
Like I said, it has a smoky flavor to it, but it's not as strong acidic as a red tomato.
It's gonna be good. Did we tell them what this variety is right here?
That variety is the beefsteak.
Oh, that's the beefsteak. So those get big, don't they?
That'd be a big red tomato for a big slab on your burger, or a mayonnaise and tomato sandwich.
Yeah, put some cheese on there, or just slice up some and have it on the side with any good old country meal that you cook up.
Fried bologna sandwich.
There you go. So Mrs. Lovely just saw something when we were looking at this Cherokee purple. It's been eaten.
No, it's lost blossoms.
It's just lost blossoms?
It's been dropping blossoms, probably because of the heat.
So the way it's cut, I thought it was some kind of a
No, that's
critter.
where it's had blossoms. The blossoms have dropped because probably because of the heat.
So we lost a lot of potential tomatoes right there.
Yeah.
It's a hot summer, y'all. I'm looking back through the camera. I think that looks pretty good back there. I really do. That's a couple good rows of tomatoes right there. And then over here, like we showed you, that's mainly peppers all down through there. There's the beans, there's the zucchini and the squash. This is just one side of our backyard hilly garden. We've got another side over there I'll take you to in just a second. Before we go over there, I'm going to show you what we did here. This was Mrs. Lovely's idea. We took these little hooks. There, you can see what kind of hook it is, and we just screwed it down into this pallet wood, tied onto it, came up from there and back down on the other side, and that's how we got this holding up these vines. Up top, we took some zip ties and we just strung through those zip ties, just tied them up around that wood. We're down here on the other side. That's a big old tomato plant there. Got a lot of pretty blossoms on this one.
That's a determinate tomato, and I think it's a Mariglobe. It just makes pretty little perfect tomatoes for canning, and you can slice them too, but usually I use that for my salsa and for my sauce. We had a rabbit that ate, I don't know what, 6, 7 tomato plants. It was going crazy. It would just eat them just for fun.
So yeah, the way you here's the thing, rabbits are they are creatures of opportunity, and if you have tomato plants that are within like nose level of these little varmints, they will eat it. And they didn't even eat the whole plant, did they? They just
No,
cut it down.
just nibbled on it.
They just nibbled on it and killed it. You know, I mean, they cut it in half, you know, left about 6 inches up out of the ground. But the reason that made me think about this is I took this wire, like safety wire for working on equipment, and I wired around, because this is only about 18 inches tall. That's probably good enough, but for safe measure, I wired around this tomato cage just to try to keep them out, because they were.
Put a stop to it.
It did. It never got this one. And where it got us the first time, there's another one there, and you can see I did the same thing here. That's a San Marzano.
Yeah, those are delicious.
Now
It's an Italian tomato made for canning.
made for canning. But yeah, this wasn't here before. I added this. Me and Mrs. Lovely added this. And here's my little pet snake. We keep it out here. It don't scare anything. But it's kind of fun to look at. But this is, what are these? As you know, I don't know anything that she's got going.
Those are all canning tomatoes also.
All canning tomatoes on this side. On that side, we've got cucumbers. And we've got a couple, well, I see one good size one. We harvested a few of them already, and they've been delicious. So we've been getting cucumbers. Here's a big one. There we go, right there. What kind is this one? This one doesn't have any. It's just a light green color with no like darker green in it at the time.
I don't know if it's got a tag there.
Now this plant, this cucumber plant, we pulled off about a 12, 13 inch long skinny one. SUYO, suo long cucumber. We really don't know, because it kind of came off soft and it's still in there. I'll show it to you in a minute in the house, but that's what a cucumber should look like right there. That's looking good. So things are not going too big, but I mean, look at all the blossoms we have here. And there's always bees up here pollinating everything. And then here's a nice cucumber plant.
That one's put out really well.
Yeah.
That's a salad more cucumber.
It's a what?
Salad more.
A salad more. Yeah, we've harvested a bunch off there. Another tomato, another tomato. But I'm gonna take you up top where you can see all the peppers and
Basil.
some other stuff. Oh, we got basil over here. Is all of this basil?
Yeah.
Smells so good. Basil, so delicious. Yeah. Time to get some of that. So if you see that things look a little dry, it's because we've not had an opportunity to water yet today. But yeah, let's look around. Here's some bell pepper. That's a little bitty guy right there, but it's coming along. Got a couple peppers here. That's another bell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, you know, she made so much from seed that we just started putting things in pots and hanging them and setting them around over here. Now this one I think is a jalapeno, isn't it?
It's like some kind of jalapeno,
Some kind of hot pepper. There's a little tomato plant. And right there we got us what looks like a jalapeno. We got a lot of those, and I've been eating the fool out of them. That's a regular heirloom jalapeno, it says.
Yes.
And then on up the row here,
Giant jalapenos.
it's gonna get bigger, much bigger. Got a few of them here, scattered around inside there. And here's us some bell peppers. You can see the size compared to my hand. This plant here is just full of bell peppers. Man, we got the same thing going on right over here. But yeah, that's nice to see that. Well, and here's more. We're definitely gonna have plenty of bell peppers, it looks like.
Gonna make some salsa.
Oh yeah.
And if he will quit eating my jalapenos, we'll make salsa and cowboy candy.
Look at this banana pepper. Lord, that is a big guy. That's 5 inches at least.
That's the Big Daddy pepper, sweet pepper.
Is it not a banana? Oh, that's the
No,
that's the Big Daddy.
That's the Big Daddy sweet pepper.
You
Those
see-
are so delicious.
Okay, so these are not banana
Oh,
pepper.
great.
Big Daddies, and that would explain it. Golly, here's another one, y'all. Here, look at this. So, do they are they picked green, or don't they change?
They changed to yellow.
Gotcha. What's these over here?
Those are Better Boy tomatoes.
We haven't got any fruit on these yet, have we?
Not yet. I got sick as soon as it was time for me to plant. I started getting really bad migraines. I have been going to the doctor, and they think that I might have something serious going on.
Y'all, if you think about it, say a prayer for Mrs. Lovely. We believe in the power of God and the power of prayer. And we've all witnessed that, haven't we?
They think that I could have some immune system issues, and I've had some arthritis, some rheumatoid arthritis things in the past, but they think that I might have lupus. So keep watching out and see if we have any updates about that, and keep me in your prayers, and I always appreciate your prayers.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll be hearing something hopefully before too long. So are all of these are different varieties too? I mean, over here we definitely have something unique.
I've got it marked as large red cherry tomato, but it's not.
It is not. Sometimes when you grow things from seed, oh, we got us an issue over here, honey.
What's going on?
We got
that's
something.
A blossom enrot.
But that's on the side.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That don't look like a typical blossom enrot right there.
Oh, that is a
something
worm.
Been eating on that.
You know, I told you I had a worm over
here. You want me to yank this one off?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
So let's see if
it ate right in there.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah,
it's probably still in there.
I got some kind of worm going.
Here you go.
Eating over there.
That's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where we've been doing a lot of harvesting right here, because these like to feed you quick.
Yeah, and I hit all of my tomatoes and my peppers with a bloom booster to just up the production, and it has really done well for me. And I've had a lot of early growth on these tomatoes and peppers, especially since I didn't get them planted as early as I would like because I was sick. So so I just needed them to hurry up and bloom.
Now I'm assuming this is another Big Daddy plant?
No, those are Marconi's. It's a Italian pepper, and those turn red. They're supposed to be really bright red.
Are they going to be sweet peppers?
They're sweet peppers, yeah, and they're roasting pepper. They're supposed to be really good roast.
Those are huge, and they've got some girth to them.
Yeah,
really nice.
And those are sweet Carmen. They're also a sweet roasting pepper.
Sweet Carmen, and they're big as well. Look at all those.
Peppers, I love peppers. They do well here. I've heard people say that in the southeast that they have trouble with peppers, that peppers usually do better, especially bell peppers do better in California and Florida, but I have not had any trouble with my peppers here. I have really good success with them. Oh, I've had some really bad troubles with pests this year. I have put up these little yellow sticky traps to try to keep from having them, but I've had these crazy looking flies that are like copper colored on the top. I've had snails.
I've accidentally broke it off, but it's ready.
That's a sun gold, yeah, that's ready to go.
Let's eat one right off the vine. So here's the sun gold.
Yes.
Oh man, that's bursting with flavor. That's delicious. There's more of them ready.
Yeah.
We'll leave those on for a little bit longer.
More peppers.
I think
we got peppers aplenty.
No doubt. Let's go over here. Here's some more of those tomatoes, the same kind that's over there that you didn't have the name for, I think.
I think those are Rio Grande.
And here's more of those. This plant right here. It is absolutely full. It's busting at the seams. Down here we got some more jalapenos, right?
Yes.
All those little holes from the insects in those leaves. Just eating the fool out of them. You said this is basil?
That's basil. It's looking rough today because it's so hot.
It is very hot. So let's talk about this. What is going on here?
A lot of these big holes in these leaves, I have caught snails. I've killed so many snails this year. I've had a lot of big moths, you know, laying their little eggs, and we've had these big worms that I've killed. But we just, you know, of course, June, we just had June, so we had the Japanese beetles, which we call June bugs in the South. You know, we used to play with them. They used to be one of our biggest activities for kids in the South. We'd tie those little things to a piece of string and
tie the string to the leg.
Yeah, tie the string to the legs, and
cruelty to animals.
Yeah, cruelty to animals, I guess.
We don't recommend it, I don't think, but it is something that I grew up hearing about always.
Yeah.
If any of y'all ever heard of that, let us know. I'd be interested to know if it's just a Tennessee thing, or if it's, you know, known nationwide or even further. But yeah, tell me a little bit more about that.
We just tied them to a string, and
they'll take off and fly like a kite.
Fly like a kite. That was a cheap way to entertain children.
kept the kids entertained. It was probably initially the mom or dad probably said, just go outside and get you a bug, tie a string to it, and let it fly around, and then there you go, it was born. Well, lovely people, this will do it for today's video. I just wanted to give you a little garden tour like we promised once we had some stuff happening out here. Like Mrs. Lovely said, we were a little behind due to her not feeling great. So things are going to come along though, and we even gave a lot of plants to neighbors and friends, and their plants are way outdoing ours because they've been in the ground, about for 3 weeks at least 3 weeks ahead of ours. So in 3 weeks we're going to be having some big old BLT sandwiches and a lot of good food. So thanks for joining us today. Like the video if you do like it, and we'll see you here next time or at the lovely place. Take care.